Teddy, you have your new song Eureka out now. How did this song come to you? Was it a lyric or a beat that first initially found its way to you?
Yeah, so like really like that song Eureka. So in essence, I named the song Eureka because of the mindset and the feel that I was in when I was writing the song. So at first I heard the beat and like I heard the da 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 da, and I was just like, this makes me feel like really vibey. So then I just thought about, my own lifestyle, and I think about the aspirations that we all have, and regardless if your lifestyle is exactly the same. When I said never thought I'd make it out the trap, but here I am. It was more so like it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific trap, but whatever trap you are in, whatever trap you are from, trap is just the analogy behind it, and it's just like, hey, you can make it and you can, go ahead. So like that's where the inspiration for the song really came from. And it branched from literally that one line into like everything else. And certain things, like as I was writing that song, because it wasn't like one moment. I would some songs I write are, but this one like it was
Mhm.
over a collective amount of things I would hear, So I would being in a meeting and then somebody would say, heavy is the head that wears a crown, So a lot of people they want to wear the crown, and that was what was being said in the meeting. So then when I heard the beat, and I was like, heavy is the head that wears a crown. They be trying to wear me down. So that's how a lot of that song really came into play.
When you are songwriting, do you tend to need a beat before the lyrics finds you, or is it different every time for you?
So with me, I do like, I would say predominantly, I like the inspiration of having the beat there, because when the beat is there, it's kind of like you have like a format already, So like I myself as an artist, like I kind of reference the beat like a canvas, In essence, you can paint in your mind first, you can have an image that you want to paint, but now when you put that on the canvas, now it's more so like you can feel the fine lines, you can feel the ridges, edges of it. So a beat is like somewhat a construct like that. So you hear the pockets of the beat, you hear the certain piano that sticks out. You might hear like a guitar that you didn't pay attention to before. So that's what it really is. I do a combination of both, but I do get excited when I hear like a really dope beat.
How involved are you then when it comes to crafting the production side? Are you very hands-on, or do you have some people that you trust to sort of tell you, okay, we need to hype up the 808s here, or maybe give a little guitar flow over here?
So with the production, um a lot of it, like as I was making music, I was always in the studio. So I was able to see different things. I was able to see people working at different facets and like maybe their mindset as they're like approaching a track or a record and how they're engineering it, or maybe the feel that the record gets. So I would pick up on a few things. So I have a really dope engineer. His name is Don, Union Music Studios, so he's really dope. And with him, he's helped me develop that sound, and he helps me develop certain things like that. So I'll be like, hey, Guap, what do you think we should do here? I think maybe you should heighten the strings here because for some reason it's giving me like a feel, and I think maybe remove the drums here or maybe change the drums, So we'll go through certain process. He'll be like, hey, let's try it. If it works, it works. And we'll see the vibe, we'll see the feel. So that's how a lot of, I'm very in tune with like almost everything of it.
With Eureka out, is this a prelude to a full album or maybe an EP you've been working on?
Okay. So I guess we can say, well, now we can say, yes, it is the prelude to a much greater album. And it's gonna be the debut album of Teddy Douce. With this album, I'm gonna show different facets of my artistry. I tell people that I'm more than just a rapper. I'm an artist because I can cultivate music, and the music I make, I call it like feel good music or good vibe music, because a lot of times you're gonna get the message. You're gonna get a certain vibe, whether that's you being motivated, whether that's you being in love at a certain point, whether that's hey, you got to move on from this love, like so whatever
Mm.
that. But definitely, I love the rap. I love the lyricism. So you're gonna see a lot of that on this album coming out. And I do have another song that this I decided. Well, not I decided. So April 17th is my stepmother's birthday. So quick, long story short, my stepmother adopted me at the age of 7, and she brought me here to this country in America. So she
Oh,
enabled me to live the life that I live today. So I'm releasing a song. It's called For the Taking. So the Eureka is like the teaser, it's like the appetizer. And For the Taking is kind of like, okay, all right, this kid can make music and he's really like good with it. Then I'm gonna release something else, and then you'll be like, okay, I see what he does here, So that's how I want to take it in those stages.
Who are some of the musicians that you listened to when you were growing up that influenced who you became as an artist?
So I recently watched the Bob Marley movie again. So first I watched the documentary on Netflix that they had released a couple of years ago. Then I watched the actual movie they put out. I'm born and raised in Jamaica. Bob Marley, as a man, he's an influence to me, and as an artist, even more of a bigger influence. Because at the time there wasn't any social media as there was now, but you
Right.
see that he was able to touch so much souls because of the purity of his music. He didn't make music for what other people wanted. He made music to express what he saw going on in the world, what he thought would be the cure for whatever. Hey, no woman, no cry. Hey, all these different songs, So I modeled a lot of like the artistry, and that just that soul and like the feel that you get when you hear that, And you have a lot of the greats, like definitely coming from New York, Nas, Jay-Z, Hove, like those are big, big, heavy impacts. You got 50 Cent, you got Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has always been heavy in the music. So the new guys, you got Kendrick, you got J. Cole, and I would say like they're like the newer versions of those artistry in a sense, or they've etched out their own lanes. So I love music, literally everything, everything about it I love. So a lot of artists I'll pick up on certain things that I like and certain things I don't like. You know what I mean? But definitely those would be the big ones: the Nas, the Jay Z's, the Heavy D's, J Cole, Kendrick, Lil Wayne. I like Jordan Lucas. He's dope too. Eminem, of course. That's a goat. 50 Cent. So there's a lot of people.
Who are some artists you'd love to collaborate with on a song in the future?
Definitely I would say like J Cole because of his artistry, Kendrick Lamar because of his artistry as well. Drake, a lot of the big dudes in the game right now. I like Georgia Smith. I love SZA's music. I love her vibe. I love a lot of these music that's coming out. I recently fell in love with that ICU song.
Hmm.
That's I can't recall, but Coco Jones, ICU. So that's a really dope song that I love. So there's a lot of artists in the game I would love to work with, different R&B artists, female, male artists, just like see where the music takes us. Like-minded with love for music.
And are there any upcoming performances, live shows you'll be doing in the near future?
Yes, yes. So the Days Summit Festival is coming up in New York. So we're gonna have a lot of shows, and we have the Artistry Festival as well that will be a part of that. The Miss Artistry that will also be in the building, and we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. There's gonna be a lot of label representatives in there. Can't necessarily say who. I don't want to give everything away. You got to come to the show, and as exciting as the song is, as exciting as the music video is, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Teddy Douse, Eureka on YouTube. As exciting as I am on this interview, as excited as I am to be here and see that smile on your face, imagine me on the stage. You get what I'm saying?
I was
That's
going
gonna
to
be
ask
the
you, that was
show.
my next question is what can fans expect from a live Teddy Ducey performance?
Come and see the show. You're gonna be blown away. All right. That's what when you go to the circus. It's like, hey, like it's not gonna be like a circus, but the energy that's gonna be there is gonna be so immaculate. The joy, like I really get into it. I love when fans like get into it. I love when they get up on the stage and you can see, you know what I mean? Like you can't deny good music. And for me, the greatest part about it is like a lot of my music I write. Sometimes I'm driving in my car. Sometimes I'm at my brother's house. Sometimes I'm chilling in my backyard, and I'm like, "Yo, this is dope," So then when you play, now you go on stage and you perform it. You see people and they're like rocking. You're like, "So I wasn't crazy when I wrote this. This is actually good," So that's the joy I get from it. You're gonna have nothing but a good time. SOB's Day Summit. Make sure you're there, man.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music you make?
First of all, I definitely want to say thank you to the people of the world, the people that take the time out to listen to my music, because music is the most precious thing to me, and time is the most precious thing to us as people. So if you spend even 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute, whatever time it is to even tune into me, I appreciate it and I love that. I appreciate everybody that supports my journey, whether it's um Starry as here, we're here right now supporting this journey, whether it's my friends, whether it's my family, whether it's somebody all the way in Minnesota, wherever you are. It's like love is love. That's what I like to say, you know. So I appreciate every form of support, and I like to support my fans, my followers, everybody that's around me, you know. So occasionally, if somebody does art, hey, let me get that. How much is that? Let me get that shirt. Let me get this. Hey, what do you do? Let's do something. Nigga. I don't know. You make beats. Hey, send me a beat. If I like it, let's work. You know. So it's all about spreading love, and definitely that's what I want to do. And I want to say thank you to everybody that shows me love, man.